Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Grace De La Rosa with Living with Grace. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we were talking about a lot of stuff
Yes.
you do that I don't think can fit into one segment. So for this segment, what would you like to talk about what does it mean to be living with grace?
Well, living with grace is all about being mindful, and being mindful in the way we think, being mindful in the way we speak, being mindful in the way that we respond rather than react. You know, taking that pause in day-to-day life and realizing just how beautiful each transaction is. You know, we aren't guaranteed life in the next breath we take. You know, we take for granted that we will, but sometimes people can keel over and die, and that would be it. So how can I live this very moment in its fullest and know that if I pass, this second would be perfect?
So I was recently on a road trip to see my parents in Ohio.
Oh boy.
And I was having those very same thoughts on the West Virginia Turnpike. Yes, I was mindful that this might be the last breath I take. So what do you do to help the community in order for them to understand that it is important to take that? You know, that saying, okay, you're right, the bus might hit you tomorrow. You do never know. What do you message out to the community in order for them to understand what it is that you're trying to help them understand?
So I love going out and speaking to the community. I reach out to organizations around our town and have the opportunity to speak with them. And I teach on mindfulness meditation. So the practice of meditation is what I like to teach. It stops the brain from overworking any more than we already are. Our brains are like pretty much fried at this point. Mm-hmm. Everybody's addicted to doing. And so when we do meditation, we actually pause the brain. And when we pause the brain, think about all the other countries out there that take siesta breaks, right? They know the secret that we don't. And that is allow the brain to rest. It's kind of like turning off your cell phone, turning off your computer and rebooting.
Right.
So
which is scary.
You stop it though, you allow the neurogenesis to take place, and it actually regenerates your brain cells, and it helps prevent dementia, which a lot of people are going through right now.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, if you think about the biology of it, right? So if you go back a very short time period, short by, you know, global standards of 10,000 years, what were people worried about? Eat or be eaten.
That's right.
And now we moved into this modern era to where we now have this thing called anxiety. And that's a false, was it the false energies appearing real? The fear, right? False things appearing real. I can't remember the E. But now we have digital technology. So even if we did have anxiety, we learned how to deal with anxiety. Now we have devices that just go all the time, and we are on a 24-hour news cycle. Now we have another problem in general. So you help people just kind of unwind the kink in the hose that happens pretty much on an every minute basis.
That's right.
If people want to find out more about your organization, what you can do to help them, what's the best way to connect?
Thank you for asking. livingwithgrace.net.
.net. So living with grace, all spelled no way people would expect it.
Correct.
No extra Y's or E's or X's. .net. And I'd love to have you back on sometime because I also know you do a ton of work for social programs in the community with battered women and kids and danger and stuff like that, and military stuff. Mm-hmm. So love to have you back on, talk about what you're doing there. But for the moment, livingwithgrace.net on how to be mindful, reboot the brain for the normal freak out that we seem to have on it's every morning.
Exactly. And most importantly for our corporate America, I think they have it.
Oh, it's massive hysterical freakouts. Yes, ma'am.
And our medical community as well. They're just overworked with everything going on.
That is true. We are now in a new era. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks for joining us on the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. And remember, live with gratitude.